But I want to come on here to remind you that you are powerful. And don't let anybody tell you differently. Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Noah, back again with another video. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and tuning into today's video. I just wanted to come on here to remind you that you are powerful. Now, you might have known this, but do you really know how powerful that you are? You see, in my life, no one ever told me that I was super powerful. And I think a lot of us think that we're powerful, but a lot of us don't understand how powerful that we are. You see, we can do anything that we put our mind to. And I know that sounds cliche, but our thoughts really do create our reality. The only thing that separates people who have made it, and people who haven't, are their belief system. Right? What are kind of the belief systems that we have on a day-to-day basis around money, wealth, success? You see, a lot of these belief systems, in my experience, I grew up with a lot of limiting belief systems around money. Right? My parents didn't have, they had a lot of limiting belief systems around money, and so that kind of got transferred onto me. And so it was hard for me to be able to say that I can make a lot of money. It was hard for me to say that at first. But I want to come on here to remind you that you are powerful beyond measure. And that the only reason why you're not where you are at, you're not where you want to be, is because of your belief system and how you view yourself on a day-to-day basis. You see, it is really important that we are constantly reminding ourselves of how beautiful we are. I am affirmations have been huge in my life because they have been able to reprogram my subconscious mind from having limiting belief systems to having limitless belief systems, meaning that I can do whatever it is that I want to, because I understand that being free is my birthright. And I understand how powerful that I am. You see, I had a huge experience where I had this moment of realization of where I understood exactly how powerful I was. If you guys don't know, I had my spiritual awakening a couple years ago in 2019. I think it was August. I think it was August of 2019. And, when I had the spiritual awakening, there were so many different things that I was finding out. And one of them was actually mirror gazing. And if you don't know what mirror gazing is, it's essentially you looking at yourself, eye to eye contact. You're looking at yourself dead on in the eyes, or in one eye, right? And you're just staring at it. You're just staring at yourself in the mirror. And what I was able to realize through this is that, well, for one thing, that I'm an indigo child, meaning that my aura is indigo. Another thing that I realized was that through that, I was able to understand that I had a lot more power than I actually thought. And it was a life-changing experience for me. I actually talk about it in one of my most viewed videos, which is my powerful mirror gazing experience. You can check that out on my YouTube channel. It's actually one of the first videos that I uploaded. But in that experience, I realized how powerful that I was, and because of this, it really, it made me break down. I started crying. Yes, it is good to cry. It's normal. I think a lot of the times we like to suppress that emotion, but all that we're doing when we're crying is we are releasing energy. And so it's important to cry, never let that feeling of sadness, conquer over you. It's okay to cry. It's okay to let it out. I think the most important part about dealing with our sadness is being able to accept that we're sad. And through that, it might come with some tears, and that's 100% okay. But going back to what I was talking about, when I had this empowering mirror gazing experience, it made me realize just how powerful I was. And because of that, I started breaking down and I started crying, because no one had ever told me how powerful I am throughout my whole life. My mom always supported me growing up, right? She always believed that I could achieve anything that I put my mind to, right? And I still am super appreciative of that. But she never really told me specifically how powerful that I was. And when I found that out, like I said, I broke down, because this was one of the biggest epiphanies that I had of my life, if not the biggest epiphany that I had of my life. Because, oftentimes we're so distracted by certain things that are happening within our reality that it's hard to truly understand how powerful we are. Sometimes we're hanging out around the wrong people, or we are letting a lot of other people's belief systems dictate how we perceive ourselves, and that can distort, how powerful that we really are. You see, you have to understand that there is so much that we can accomplish within this life. Life can, it can be your best friend just as much as it can be your enemy. You see, and it's important to realize that through our belief systems and through what we tell ourselves on a day-to-day basis and through our actions, this dictates our vibration, our dominant vibration, which is ultimately the frequency that you resonate on, which is the vibration that it's your vibration. It's pretty much how you carry yourself, right? If you have if your vibration is very high, then you're able to manifest a lot of things into your life a lot easier. But if your vibration is low, then that means you're constantly sad. You're either constantly sad, you're either constantly fearful, or you're constantly angry. These are all low frequency vibrations. And your frequency, your vibration, your dominant vibration always fluctuates, right? We're not going to always be happy all of the time, or we're not always going to be in such a good mood. But I want to come on here to remind you that you are powerful. And don't let anybody tell you differently, because I'm here. I love you. If no one else has told you, you are powerful beyond measure. And I want you to realize that, because this can be the key to living out your dream life. And what I mean by dream life is the life that you want to live. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't live the life that you want to. We all go through struggle. We all go through traumas, right? But this never ends up defining us. What ends up defining us is how we persevere through these traumas and through these bad times. And so, like I always say, you can either choose to be the victor or the victim. The victor is when you don't let your past situations dictate how you are now and your life. And the victim is always finding reasons to blame others for not having the life that you want. You see, there's two different outcomes. And I'm here to remind you that you are powerful beyond measure. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise, because it's a lie. And I just want you to know that you can achieve whatever you put your mind to, and you can manifest whatever it is that you want. You know, the only thing that's separating you from actually being there is your belief system, right? What is it that you believe? You know, a practice that can be very beneficial when you're trying to manifest your dream life is, what are some of the belief systems you have around money, right? What do you see money as a limiting source, right? Because you have to understand that money is printable. Somebody prints the money, so therefore there is an abundance of money. Therefore, it never runs out. And so just try to be aware of some of the things that you believe in. This can really help you on your journey. You know, when you're aware of some of the belief systems that you have, then that is when you're able to change them, right? And you start to reprogram your subconscious mind, and then that's when life starts working for you. And that is when you become in alignment with your highest purpose. You know, we all come here for a certain reason. We all come here on a mission, basically, right? And think about it like a video game, right? You have a certain duty as to what it is that you need to be doing. You know, and that certain mission is, you know, adding value to people's lives. And that can be through anything, right? That it's not limiting, right? Anybody who you see that is successful, quote unquote, I like using the quote because, you know, success is determined by you. You determine your own success. But people who we see as, you know, successful, I don't really like putting people on a pedestal, because that makes them seem like they're different from me when they really aren't. You know, and that's another important thing that we have to realize, is that, you know, celebrities who we see on the media, they're no different from you, right? They still poop. They still pee, right? They all do basic human functions. You know, the only thing that's different from you and them is their mindset and their belief within themselves. And so let this be a reminder that you are powerful beyond measure. That there is nothing that you can't do. And so with that being said, my friends, have a wonderful afternoon, morning, or night, wherever you're at. If you have any questions for me, any comments, any concerns, any suggestions for future videos that you want me to talk about, feel free to let me know down in the comment section below. And if you want to follow me on any of my social medias, they're all going to be right here. But with that being said, my friends, peace, love, and happiness. Mwah.